Well, welcome to the Top Gun Show. Today, I'd like to welcome Peter Viscomi, the Channel Sales Director of CLARO Enterprise Solutions, the sponsor of the month this month. Peter has spent nearly a quarter of a century in telecommunication sales. His concentration has been on selling leading-edge technologies that disrupt the marketplace, such as edge intelligence solutions for IoT applications, network security, as well as complex hybrid cloud and international connectivity solutions. He has held channel management roles with such recognized leaders as Level 3 Communications, Masergy, and Cogent. Peter, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm a big fan of the show, so I really appreciate everything that you do and allowing us to have a voice to bring to the masses of the partner community and also to be a strategic partner with AppSmart. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I heard a lot about CLARO Enterprise Solutions, and I thought, man, what a best kept secret. So I want to get this. I want to help you get the secret out, and the sponsorship is going to help that. So start with talking about who is CLARO Enterprise Solutions and what services do you provide?
Sure. And I love this question, right? Because we have such a very compelling story to tell. And, we're not very well known yet in the U.S. market. But I think that that's what, makes it so interesting when we're out here talking to the community. And, quite frankly, we're a global solutions company. We have a vast international reach. We have been around for decades and, we are very financially strong. So finance-wise, we're a $65 billion plus company just in our communications sector, which is, that's immense. Our reach that we have 25 Latin American countries that we're in, that we're either the last mile provider or the incumbent in those markets. And we're also in the Eastern Bloc of Europe, right? Through an acquisition of Austria Telecom a few years back. So I think, really you put those together and then you look at what we've done in the last 3 years of putting a channel together for the U.S. market to go after the strategic U.S.-based companies, really is a compelling story to be put in place. So, to me, that's impressive. I think when we talk to people out there and they hear that, their eyebrows go up and it's, something they're really surprised about. But what we offer internationally, we're offering the network connectivity solutions. That's going to be your MPLS, DIA, private line, SD-WAN offerings. And those offerings are also available here in the United States. In addition to, we also have managed and professional services. We've got a strategic suite of security services to offer, broadband, contact center, UCaaS, and IoT services, which in my opinion, I think is probably the most important. It's actually the most relevant as far as technology out there today. It's kind of the sexy product, if you will. And we've kind of narrowed it down to, I'd say, 4 or 5 products that's digestible for the partner community to take advantage of. And those are, fleet management, right? So cars, trucks, buses, anything you really want to go after, manage and monitor where they're at, where they're going. We have fuel monitoring, so we can actually measure the amount of condensation as opposed to gas that are in the 18-wheeler tractor trailers. Same thing for the gas stations that are below ground tanks, which can help reduce theft. Temperature monitoring is a pretty cool one, where any of the big box stores, big warehouses where you want to measure, monitor, control of the AC or heating elements or units, refrigeration, freezers, if you think of like a big box, discount warehouse or whatever, or, like 1,000, fast food restaurants across the country. They have freezers and refrigerators, perfect application. And then we have our e-intelligent SIMs or data-only SIM products that can be used for countless numbers of applications out there. So if you look at, we can connect to a single or multi-SIM or multi-LTE provider environment for redundancy depending on application. But if you look at video surveillance as an application or Wi-Fi, redundancy, backup, or any smart city or smart application that's a perfect example of what we can utilize those for. So I think in a nutshell, all of this together is a pretty, sweet global offering that we bring to the table.
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, the little $65 billion company that very few people have heard about. So I'm really looking forward to, I'm glad you're sponsoring because there's so many layers of the onion to peel in the next few episodes and things. But I want you to talk just real briefly about who your ideal customer is. Do you only do large enterprise? Do you only do international? Or will you take on someone who's just purely domestic, mid-size?
Yeah, I think it's kind of a blend of that. If you had to put us in a tiered space, I'd say probably a small to mid enterprise is probably where we best fit. But of course, we can go below and above those guidelines. But an international obviously is going to fall into a sweet spot, especially if it's something in Latin America. But if you really look at the ideal customer, I'd say one that's really comes to the table with a complex requirement, someone or a company that's looking for maybe the out of the box type of solution. And I think we're very flexible when it comes to putting solutions, the right solution in front of a customer. We can take our domestic products and put bundles together for them, whether it's SD-WAN, with DIA and security and UCaaS, and really make a nice, compelling solution that they can look at. But I guess the takeaway is really just, the complex need, we kind of fit in that space, and we do really well with those types of customers.
Okay, so that's the takeaway. If it's complex, bring CLARO in early and often, right? So that's a great takeaway. Now, you mentioned you're a big fan of the Top Gun show and that there are millions and millions of people watching you right now. And you know what? They're on the edge of their laptops trying to find out the answer to the next question. Tell the viewers a personal, fun, or interesting fact about yourself.
So I was trying to think about what I would bring to the table here on this one, but I guess with the way that the pandemic has really made everyone's life miserable over the last year. I'm a night owl, so when I do my work thing during the day and my family thing at night, and then I have those several hours late night, I needed something to kind of pass the time and kind of de-stress, if you will. So I took up playing the ukulele, and I'm not going to play for you, and I'm not. That's the next question, and I'm not very good. But I tell you what, it's fun and it's an easy instrument to play, and not many people know that until now, right? But not many people know that about me, and there's your fun fact, I guess.
That's incredible. And you know what? If you play late at night, it doesn't matter if you're good or not because you're playing to an audience of one. So
Exactly.
that's great. That's great. Well, Peter, thank you so much for being on the show, man. I really appreciate it. Next week, we're going to dig deeper into the CLARO Enterprise Solutions specific success with IoT. Now, I want to remind you to post hashtag TopGun4CLARO, CLARO, into the remarks of this to be entered into a weekly drawing. Peter, again, thank you so much for being on the show today.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Steve, and I look forward to working with you moving forward.
For sure. Thanks for watching, everybody.